Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It's Monday the 31st of May. It's a bank holiday here in the UK. Most people are off. I'm not, still working. I'm at home, but it's all good. We have a load of mods. We have some updates. The updates are as follows. From the left, the MAN 334146 by 6 pack by Blacksheep Modding, the Garage for Machines by Dideck96, Goldcrest Valley Chicken Pen by AWModding ABP Team, and the Placeable Pillow by Scarred Soul 13 have all had updates today. Now I thought I'd show you a couple of them because I don't always do it, but sometimes something sticks out and I think, oh yeah, I'll show you. So firstly, of the updates, the MAN 334146 by 6 pack by Blacksheep Modding. It's got a whole load of stuff on it already and loads of backs and trailers and all sorts of things. But what I liked as well, they've added some strobes, some sticker options. I mean, this is only one set of them. But I would suggest go in, have a look at the mods, have a look at all the different things that have been added. I just want to put the lights on, all of them. And then put the beacons on and look at the strobes in the front. You can change those strobes. They can be orange or white. It's entirely up to you. Hey, you know I'm a sucker for flashing lights on various different vehicles. I just thought I'd show you it. I just think it's brilliant. The sticker options. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you the sticker options because I think they were part of the update as well. If we go down to stickers, we've got no Model 1. Now, I think that is design colour that changes that, doesn't it? Yep. So design colour can affect your sticker options. So we've got Model 1, Model 2, Model 3. 4 is the standard one I think it always had before, then nothing, and back off again. So we've got a few different options, and like I say, I'd love the fact you've got a... It's always had the front 3-point link, so if you want a 3-point link, that's already there. But strobes orange or strobes white, I thought it was worth a look at. So there you go, the MAN 334146 by 6 by Blacksheep Modding. The other one I wanted to show you was the Placeable Pillow. This was by Scarred Soul 13. This gave you the ability to have a sleep trigger anywhere on the map by pressing L3 at the pillow. What's been added in this part of the update is a camp bed. So you've got a camp bed which straps down onto trailers, flatbeds, in the back of pickups, wherever it is you want to do. So you can either leave it in the back or when you get where you're going, let's just grab that. Put your camp bed down somewhere, and it's in MrSealyp green as well. Honestly, I can't say enough good things about that. That's fantastic. And then there you go, camp bed wherever you want to go, and you're good to sleep. It's a small thing, but it made me smile. I like that. So first the mods. We've got this. This is the Battlefork Pack. This is by AgrarModding. It is 3.49 megabytes to download. We've got 3 in this pack. You'll find them under front loader tools. They're not under Bale technology or anything like that. Front loader tools. We've got -3 slots, -1 slot, -2 slots. There's some colour configuration options on them, but other than that, they will hook onto a front loader attachment or a front loader machine, whichever one you should happen to have. Under front loaders, where are we? So the first one, homemade Battlefork 1200, 1600 and 1000. Option on that, when we change the main colour, it changes the spike colour. On that one, it changes the frame colour. And that one changes the main colour around the back. I think you've got Strautman. I don't think we have a Strautman green, do we? That's as close as you're going to get, I reckon, so red or green. But anything on that palette, those are the options for the Battlefork Pack by AgrarModding. Moving on. We've got a couple of odd ones today. This one is simply entitled Food. It's like going to see your art show or sculptures and stuff. Simply entitled Food. This is by AERO 3.13 megabytes download. It is a selection of breads, pastries, apple, pear, I think as well, that we can pick up, you can move around, you can manipulate. They're a decorative object. As you can see, there's a hot cross bun. We've got a croissant to me. We'll have a look at those. Under placeables and decoration. Honestly, you couldn't make this stuff up, but it's like if you're doing a storyline, let's play, that kind of thing. We've got bread, 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 bread. Although these are quite small rolls, some of them. Which one was the larger loaf? I can't remember now. More bread. Then we've got apple, pear, cookie, pastry, and pastry. So I think the last pastry looked like a sausage roll to me. So croissant sausage roll. But there we go. That's food by AgrarModding. Next, we have got the road decorations pack. Also, decorations don't serve a purpose for anything in particular other than something to add to your maps. 0.32 megabytes download by Duilio Gaming. One slot, two slots and two slots, I think it is. Pretty sure it was. These are also under decoration. So we've got the reflector at 30. The box looks like a salt box of some description, 40. Electric box 500. Garbage can at 40 under placeables. And decoration, that's the road decorations by Duilio Gaming. Next we have got these. This is the Annaburger HTS 2203 and the HTS 2903, 17.93 megabytes download. These are 19 slots each for the first one by Redcat 3D. These are forage trailers, so they'll do your grass, your hay, straw, sugar cane, wood chips, chaff, those kind of things, but won't do grain types or anything like that. These are really nicely detailed. Look at all the stuff going on here. There's ladders inside. We'll hook up to one and you'll have a look. But very nicely detailed. One is 44,000 litres, the smaller one, and the larger is 50, I think. We'll have a look at the options of these, but very nice looking trailers. So, under tools and trailers. HTS 2203, 47 grand for the base model. We can change the main colour. Now, it says main colour, this is the hubs, literally the hubs right in the middle. So we can either have it hubs grey or hubs red. Then we've got wheel brand Lizard, Trailer Borg, Michelin, back to Lizard. Under Lizard we've got FL630 Ultras, FL648s, Flotation Pro 71050Rs, and I think the FL630 Ultras, yeah, back to what we were at the start. Trelleborg, standard at T404s, no options other than that. Michelin's, we've got Cargo X Bib 71050s, and then 845s under our Michelin's. So those are options for tyres. And then you've got cover, yes or no. The options for the HTS 2903 are exactly the same. That's 53 grand and it's 50,000 litres. Other than that, options are all exactly the same. What we'll do, let's hook up to this one. First one I went without cover. This one I've gone with cover. Doesn't really make a huge amount of difference. L1 and left of the D-pad opens the cover up. And like I say, inside the detail with the ladder rungs on the inside as well. Really nicely made, and even the cables across to stop it bending out and keeping it all rigid. Very nice mod. L1, R1, triangle to unload. Nice smooth animation. These don't tip. The floor rolls, so they push directly out of the back. Very nice. The Annaburger HTS 2203 and 2903 by Red Cat 3D. Next, we have got the Slurry Tank 70. Now, we had the standard fill container. We had one that came out the other day. Apologies, people got quite cross with me because I said fill it up and I drove it out. Now, a fill container, no, usually you take it out empty, because if you've got that amount of slurry in it, and if it's open as well, trying to transport something like that, and also it's sloshing around, no, obviously you wouldn't. I just took the stuff out because it was easier to get the slurry in. But anyway, you would normally take it out empty, then a slurry tanker would fill it up, and then your vehicles come out and can fill up from it. This is another version of. This is 6.88 megabytes download, 9 slots on console. It's by Rowley Christie 1. This is another filled container slurry tank. It's a 70,000 litre. So that takes us up another notch. I think the standard in-game was 50 or 55, then we had a 65, and this is a 70,000. The website does say 65,000, but it's definitely 70 because I've just filled up. If we put our lights on, we've got running lights down the side of it, and we've got this little sign, Slurry Tank 70, lights up there as well. It's a small thing. It's it's a little feature, but so when you get to the field, drop it down, and then you would normally fill it out. Obviously, I've filled it up already, but then you bring your slurry spreaders and whatever else you want to up to it, fill up, and away you go. You'll find this under slurry tanks. So the standard FRC 50,000, 55. So we had a 55, we had a 66, 65 the other day, now 70. 25 grand for that one. This one's a 70,000 litre, also for 25 grand. Can't odds that. Only requires 50 horsepower to pull it. All take slurry, all digestate, and yeah, 6.88 megabytes. Slot count goes from 9 down to 1. We do have some options for colour. Anything on that palette, and there's a few. We've got chrome steel, galvanised, JCB new. Oh, that's a shiny gold, isn't it? There's a whole load anyway to choose from. Wow. Rim colour, we've got a stainless steel, then we go on to sort of almost a regular palette, but there's a polished and a chrome and a few others like that. Then wheel setup, we've got standard or wide. Those are your options, those are your choices. Filled container, Slurry Tank 70 by Rowley Christie 1. Moving on from there, I'm going to do it. No, you know what? I'm going to go this way. Now, I'm not a weeder person. Again, if you follow my channel, if you've watched any of my videos, I don't really run weeds normally. I'm not a fan of weeding per se. But the other thing I do say a lot, map tools, things like that, even if you don't like something in particular or don't ever use it, you can appreciate the quality of something that has been made. This is the Garford Robo Crop by Simulagri Modding. These are weeders. We have got 3 separate weeders, one for maize, one for sunflower, and one for sugar beet. Now these have got different row spacings. This one on the centre section, you've got 3 units there. This one on the centre section, you've got 4 units. And that one on the centre section, you've got 5 units. So these ones are much closer together. And as it runs, the spiked rollers go around and pull the weeds out. It's a mechanical weeder, but these are so detailed. I mean, the stuff from Simulagri Modding usually is, but wow, incredibly well detailed. Like I say, I'm not a weed person, but take that as you will. So under weeders, we've got the Robo Crop for maize. Now these are all exactly the same. They are 6 meters wide. They're all 23,200. One thing I'm not sure about, I think it's done so you get the different row spacings and that gives you a more immersive gameplay. I would think, this is an extrapolation, weeding is weeding. If you used one of them for a different crop type, I can't see that they could be coded to either not work or cause damage, because a weeder's a weeder. You drive across the field, you might not get lined up quite properly when you come onto the field, in which case it wouldn't destroy the crop. So I would imagine they would work on any weeds, but that might be a leap. I'm sure people will mention in the comments, they'll tell me if I'm wrong. There are no options on these at all. You get them in the green. They require 90 horsepower, run at 7 miles per hour. 17.47 megabytes to download this pack, I guess you'd call it. Now the other two obviously I've left open, but I wanted to show you the opening animation, and just pins come out. Those discs all moving. It's a very, very nice mod. Very well made. The Garford Robo Crop by Simulagri Modding. Next, we have got the Junkari Module Trailers. Now, we had a Junkari Cedar, didn't we, a while back? This is by FS19. 47.9 megabytes to download. We've got the Junkari J16 set and a J18 set. These are like IT runner-esque type things, like the 2-wheeled and the 3-wheeled, kind of. One's for smaller trailer backs and ones for slightly larger ones. They're very nice. The trailer bottom here is 4 slots. We've got 12 slots for that field container, that trailer, and 14 for that one, I think it is. That is just a slightly larger version of this one here. I wanted to check it out simply because of the forage situations. So often when you get these much larger trailers, they don't then take all crop types, they become a forage crop silage trailer. That is the case with these as well. Then when we move through, we've got the slightly larger J18. That's also 4 slots. That one is 12. That one is 13. And that one, the flatbed for bales, pallets, whatever you want to do, is 6 slots. So not too heavy on the slot count on each of them. I'm not going to show you all of them, but as you can see by going around, we've got a few different decal options on the trailer bases. We've got a special edition one. We've got designs like that and that, which really stand out. Got that design. There's pre-2014 and post-2014, if I recall correctly. These you will find under Tools and Trailers. So the J16 Junkari base trailer is 13,245. Like I said, 4 slots. Slot count drops down to 1. Options available. We have got Trelleborg, we have got Michelin, we've got Lizard, we've got Nokian, and we've got Mitas. We've got quite a few different tyre options. Some of them, the tyre treads do change, but it doesn't actually say very much different. It's gone right the way up. There we go. So, we've got wheel setup standard, wide, standard, standard, wide, back to standard. Under Michelin, standard, standard, wide, heavy duty, flotation, back to standard, Lizard, standard. I do like the tread patterns on the Lizard ones, they're really nice. Standard, flotation, back to standard, Nokian, standard, wide, flotation, communal, back to standard, Mitas, standard, wide, flotation, back to standard. So quite a few different tyre options. Was that it? And then back to Trelleborg again, yep. Then we've got design after 2014, pre-2014, pre-2014 version 2, and pre-2014 special. Then we've got without fenders, with fenders, rear options, we've got standard with nothing, we've got a rear bumper, or we can have a rear trailer hitch. Now under attacher type on the rear trailer hitch, we've got, oh no, that might be the front actually. We've got trailer, trailer low, trailer, yeah, just those, trailer and trailer low. So one's a pin hitch, one's a ball hitch, like so. Then extra tool options, you can have it with a shovel hanger on the side, if you particularly want a shovel hanger on the side. Then the J16 JLV back. So these will do all those crop types until you get to the silage version. The main colour we've got between those 3. Capacity 19,200, 23,000, and then we go up to the silage version at 34,000. On that version, that will only take forage type crops. Then again, we've got decals after 2014. After 2014 with decal, pre-2014, 2014 version 2, version 2 with decal, and then back to after 2014 again. Then cover, yes or no. Now, you lose the cover option when you get into the silage one. If we get upper capacity, you don't then have the option for cover. Now, the decal options and I think the colour options are the same on all of them. The next one over is the J16 JLD, which is more of a skip back. Main colour, we've got a choice of 5 this time. Capacity 10,000 litre, 19,300. And again, I think that one is a silage only. Could be wrong on that. And then all the decal options again, and then cover option, yes or no. Yeah, it could well be the 19,300 will be a standard as well. And then we move on to the J18. Same options as the J16, it's just a slightly larger back. Only 18,245 to buy. And then the same with these, we've got just larger versions. That's all they are. All the options are exactly the same with regard to colours. Capacity starts at 22,000, goes up to 24,000, then 34,000 for the silage version. And then all the same options through for decals and cover, and the same with the JLD. That one starts at 12,000 rather than 10, goes up to 21.6 rather than 19.3, I think it was, wasn't it? All the other options are the same. And then the J18 flatbed, we've got standard, all with the front screen. That's it. A few different options. Now the legs are fairly narrow, so you haven't got to be ultra precise, but if you come in at a funny angle, they don't always But the detail, like I say, really nicely put together and nicely made. L1, R1 and triangle to unload. Nice smooth animation on the unload. So, a few different options, a few different capacities. Flatbed options, I'll say not a bad one. There's nothing wrong with any of them, really. Straps on or off. They can also be done manually. I don't think this tips. No. Thought I'd better check. So there you go. I know quite a whiz through. We've got quite a few mods today, so I thought I'd try and get through them as quickly as possible. The Junkari Module Trailers by Famari99. Moving on from there, everything's all white, except it's not quite for us on console. I mean, it is, but you know how it is. We've got the Adco. This is the White Workhorse series. This is by Julian F. Modding. 15.91 megabytes download, 13 slots for the first one, then that goes down. I really like these. Horsepower as well, very nice. Two-wheel drive, front wheel assist, but four-wheel drive. I think we've got 180, 185, 182 horsepower and a 202, I think it is. The difference between the 170 and the 195. This one we've gone with the rock box, two-wheel drive option, curved exhaust. These look great. What I also like as well is Julian F. Modding. If you go into, have a look at the changelog and the description, there's a whole history of like white tractors and the companies they bought out and all that. It's brilliant. So yeah, go on, have a look, have a read. That alone is fascinating. Without the actual mods, it's amazing. So, under vehicles, and these are under medium tractors. The Workhorse series, 32,500 for the base model. Main colour, I do like the colour names on these as well. We've got Adco Silver, we've got Alice Orange, we've got Oliver, because that was one of the companies that kind of got swept up. Moline, I'm not saying that one. Snow Dirt, Toothpaste, Angus, Currant Juice, Opaque White, Watermelon. We've got Barbie, we've got Smurf, Apple Juice, and Nugget Cream. Love it. I don't know if they're actual colours from the manufacturer. I wouldn't have thought so. I mean, I don't know, could be wrong. But they look really good. There's very nicely made mod. So we've got standard, front wheel assist, or you can have the two-wheel drive version. Depends what you want to go for. Then you've got single row crop with weights, dual row crops, ploughing setups. That one you have one on one side. Back to single row crops, cab configurations. Now we've got a few here. This was the same as the Deutz Alice we had in that. We've got GPS, we've got planter terminal, GPS and planter terminal, phone stand, big terminal and GPS, big terminal and planter terminal, then everything, phone stand, planter terminal, big terminal, that's all in there. And then off if you want. Then we've got exhaust standard, curved pipe, straight pipe, back to standard. Then engine setup, we've got 186 horsepower, or the 202 horsepower. 202 horsepower for 36 grand. Not bad. Exterior attachments. We've got another rock box on the front if you want a rock box. That would be cool on FS22, wouldn't it? You cultivate and it kind of pulls rocks up to the surface or something. You have to go around and collect the rocks. I know not everyone would do that. They'd get bored, wouldn't they? But it would be quite cool. 200 kilogram weight, 400, 600, 800, 1000. A stall front loader attacher. You kind of front stuff and the stall, one or the other, and then off. Those are the options. Let's jump into, it doesn't really matter. It's a nice looking tractor, nice and cheap, nice horsepower. right up my street. I really do like this a lot. This is the smaller horsepower 186. Lower horsepower, not smaller, lower horsepower. Horn, lights, interior, really nicely detailed in here. There's no doors and windows that open, I can tell. Very nice. I know I say that a lot, and it's true, you know. It's a nice mod. So there we go. The White Workhorse series by Julian F. Modding, which brings us on to the last of the mods for today. And it's this. This is the Case Axial-Flow 250 series by JHHG Modding. 25.18 megabytes to download. Wait for it. 61 slots. Now, again, on this, the description lists so much stuff on this, and it's amazing what's on it. There's a couple of things I think we might be missing on console. It might need an update. I don't know. Fully Americanized version, all US decals and stickers, proper US spreaders. It's, you know, what is pretty impressive as well is that tank capacity up there. That is huge. It's 26,000 litres, 26,780 litre capacity. That's bonk. I mean, to be honest with you, that's worth the 61 slot count alone. That is absolutely crazy. This is really another one. JHHG do some really detailed, good quality, high quality mods. It's nice. Now, I don't think this comes with a header. That one's just a standard in-game header I grabbed. Now, interestingly on this is, well, let's have a look. It's an odd one, I'll be honest with you. So, 432 grand for the base model is what it says. Slot count will come down from 61 to 4, you'll be pleased to know, if you get any subsequent ones. Now, the list of stuff on the description is huge and goes, you know, that could well be that's PC stuff, and we haven't got all the stuff over to console, and that's fine. No problem with that at all. I have no problem with it whatsoever. I think it's brilliant. But like I say, there's a few things that are listed that I can't find. Now, we have got, at the moment, factory foldable extensions, 14,448 litre capacity. Now, that grain tank extension says is added 24 grand to the price. And that's for the 14,000 litre. If I now go to the Tip Up Harvest Master, which is 26,780, the grain tank extension price goes to 0. So it's actually cheaper to have the massive grain tank on the top. That's brilliant. Don't update that bit, JHHG. If you're going to don't change that bit. That's brilliant. Massive capacity for less money. That's awesome. Now, we've got wheel brand, Michelin and Case. Those are the only two we've got on here. On the website pictures and on the description, it says there's LSWs. And on the pictures, it shows LSWs. And I love a big chunky LSW. I can't find that as an option. Now, I've tried that with both tops because I thought, well, maybe you only get that with some. I haven't been able to. But anyway, under Michelin, let's start there. We've got two-wheel drive transports and then the rear tyre switches. We've then got two-wheel drive F900s, back switches. Then we've got TWD, Robo Crops, F580s. Rear wheel changes. Then we got F580s, rear changes, F650s, rear wheel changes, F710s, rear wheel changes. Then we go into crawler track, rear wheel changes, back to transport. So that's the Michelin options. Then we go to Case AH, we've got crawler track, rear wheel changes. That's it. I've got no LSW option. It does say 3 tyre brands, Michelin, Case, LSW. If I go back up and I'm pressing both ways, I'm only getting Michelin and Case. So possibly the LSW option didn't transfer over, or it could be a minor line of code or something. So yeah, we haven't got the LSW. Hang on, did I miss something? Yes, of course I did. Then we got rear axis. That's rear axle, standard or wide. Rear hitches. Now this is an interesting one as well. We can zoom in a little bit. Rear hitch. We've got no. We've got standard. We've got long, the Lankota, which puts a longer one but slightly out to the side, or you can have that with it in the middle, so following. Now that with a long one is quite handy if you're running straw swath, and you can do some jiggery pokery with balers and things like that. You can kind of get away with. Sometimes people will run a cultivator behind, so once they finish doing their harvest, they cultivate the field as they go. There's all different, but that's nice. I like the short and long, and then the long with the in the middle as well on the rear hitches. Then we got pipe. Our pipe was a bit of an odd one too. I thought might just be me, but we've got pipe standard. Then it says 7.9 meter new foldable. Then 7.9 new pipe. The standard looks foldable. If we go to the 7.9 meter, I can't see any length change on that. There's a little bit of change here in all the welding. Look there, a few things changing there. And then we've got our options for horsepower. The 8250 is 555 horsepower, and the 9250 is 625 horsepower. Those are the options. Now, it also says in the description about various different sounds that have been adjusted. It does talk about various different work lights as well. Extremity lights, US flashes, work light turn lights, and default lights, depending from which lights we turn on. I'm not quite sure. Again, we've got lights on, and off. There's no rear work lights. Not that you necessarily need them, I suppose, in a harvest. All the work's happening at the front. There's no pipe light, no auger light. Pipe out. But what we do have, L1, hang on, I have to open the help menu because I can't remember. Under L1 and right stick, we can adjust our nozzle on the end of our auger. Put that back in, and then if we fold the harvester, that puts that away and folds the pipe. If you've gone for the foldable pipe option, which is kind of more for storage kind of thing. Interior, nicely detailed. It's a great mod, and I'm not in any way, I'm not knocking it. I'm not, again, not complaining, just explaining. There appear to be some of the things that are saying it has that we haven't got, and if it is that they are only on PC, that's absolutely not a problem whatsoever. I'm just pointing out. I know people. I will often get people say, "Oh, you didn't click the right button, or you didn't press this." I have tried all the different configurations I can think of. Let's start up. Unfold. Not that. Unfold that. So it does say about a new threshing sound, and it's a very highly detailed mod, nicely detailed, lots of options, massive tank capacity, which is fantastic. And that brings us to the end of the mod review for today, Monday the 31st of May. I hope you found it useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.